What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Brett today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We're going to do some short-term price predictions, midterm price predictions, and I'll even give you guys my thoughts on what the potential all-time high for Brett could be by the end of the cycle. If that sounds good to you, stay tuned. Let's get into it. This one's at the request of Fremen. We're doing this one for you, my friend. Here we are sitting at about 14.77 cents right now. Brett, you know, it's kind of funny. It's an odd-looking chart because its whole existence, it's either consolidating or big move up, or mainly consolidating or a big move up, right? So it's just kind of this largely boring coin, but whenever it wants to move, it can be exciting. So it does seem, as of right now, that it might be commencing its next phase up, and that's why I think there's so much attention on Brett right now. That's why I feel like a lot of people are anxious to get some predictions on this thing, right? It's because it could be doing some very promising things here in a very short amount of time. You know, the last time that we saw a move up, at least a prominent move from a low to a high, we saw a 6x, almost a 7x in the course of like a month, right? Could we see the same thing here? I think it's very possible, right? Brett being one of the top meme coins of the cycle, it's very possible that it could see phenomenal gains in a short amount of time. I'm expecting that by the end of this move overall, which who knows where Brett's going to be by the end of this move, right? But if you treat this like a move, that was the end of that move, you pulled back. Where's this next move going to be? I feel like by the end of this move overall for crypto, for altcoins as a whole, the average growth is going to be anything from like a 2x to a 3x between now and probably the end of January, end of February, somewhere in that time frame, right? Brett could outperform most of the market. It definitely could. And if I'm expecting a 2 to 3x, maybe we could expect a 3 to 4x or maybe more x on Brett. Let's just see from a high to a low, you know, the minimum target expectation here when you do see new all-time highs would be at 29 cents. That's about 100% growth. So that's about a 2x, about average what I would expect for most of the market to do. Brett also has a $1.46 billion market cap. That's not a low market cap, but that's not incredibly high either. So seeing that kind of growth is definitely exceptional, or not exceptional, acceptable. That's the word I'm looking for, acceptable. 1618 all the way up here, another kind of expected target. That would be 160%. That's kind of in the range too of what we'd see on the average growth side of things. If you were to go up to your 1886, that's when we start getting a little bit on the upper end of the average side, even above average, I would say. And then going up to your 2272 to your 2618, very possible targets as well. But that would be well above the average of what cryptos do. So I think there's a lot to be considered probably around this like 38 cent to 63 cent target area. Let's run with that, okay? 38 cent to 63 cent target area. This is the projection, not by the end of cycle, just by the end of this move, right? What's the move? I don't know. You know, nobody. It's subjective, but that's a move to me, right? From a low to a high, that's a move up. That's a move down. That's a move up. That's a move down. That's a move up. That's a move down. Where's this next move going to be? You know, that's my perspective, and I think it'll be somewhere in this white zone. That's my opinion, based off of the 1272 and the 1618 and the 2272. Okay, and then just going off of what we could see based on the averages. If Brett really exceeds the averages, which it's possible, but generally, you know, being that it's at a $1.46 billion market cap, I doubt that it sees anything like an 8x or a crazy. It could, it's possible, but I doubt it does. I feel like something like that is a good above average kind of move for a coin like this. It might not see this. Just because I'm saying that and I say it's good doesn't mean that it's going to happen. It could happen, but as like a good kind of maximum realistic. It's not maximum moon boy, it's maximum realistic expectation with a good minimum realistic expectation, not minimum bear boy, right? I feel like a good realistic goal to achieve there. And again, based off of the relative 1618 and the 1272 from this high to this low. Okay, and we're going to make sense out of it in other ways too. We're going to take this high here to this low here and see our 1618 golden ratio, kind of the high end of this primary target zone here, is right there at the base end of this primary target zone that we've identified already. The 18862 and the 200 coming in. I like that. I actually like that a lot. Being that you've already come up here, you've tried to hit the 1272 and you missed, likely you won't stop here whenever you do come up. You probably do hit the 1414 at least. I like that. You know, it really is between 38 cents and 63 cents, 62 cents, but I like this 40 cent area. Unfortunately, right, that's anytime you get a range, like if we just put this back here, where do you want the price to go? Do you want it to go to the bottom of the range or do you want it to go to the top of the range? Obviously, you want it to go to the top of the range, but I really do like this 40 cent area. Something between about probably like 38 cents and 45 cents is where you're going to go, I think, by the end of this move. And this move potentially is over either at the end of January or sometime in February is what my thoughts are. Probably in February. Yeah, I like that. Finding support at the golden ratio right there. Week after week, yes, you wicked below it, but you closed and opened right at it. Beautiful. I bet you could go all the way up right to your golden ratio. Yeah. Support on the golden ratio, resistance at the golden ratio. That's at the bottom end of your range. I really do like that 41 cent number right there. Okay, so I'm going to go with that as my expectation, right? Whenever you break out of this overall zone, that's my expectation is the 1618. Okay. Low to high here. I just want to see. I mean, from this low to that high, you did find support right on that golden ratio, but is that right or is that wrong? I don't know. What about here? I'm just looking if you found any kind of significance on the golden ratio at any other time in your life, but I don't know if I see that. High to low here, 2272 hit, deep move up. What lines up with this? I actually like this. That's good respect there on this fib. Let's see. 1618. 3618. Beautiful, dude. That's perfect. It's so perfect. The more that I look at this, the more that I'm pretty confident this next move, whenever it ends, which could be the end of January, could be the beginning of February, could be the end of February, but somewhere probably within the next 4 to 6 weeks, you're probably going to be. I would even let's change that range. Probably somewhere within the next 2 to 6 weeks, 3 to 6 weeks. So it could happen early, right? 2 to 6 weeks. You'll be up around 40 cents, man. I really do like that a lot. So what you did is you found resistance here at this relative 2272. These fib ranges, these extensions, they kind of act like barriers revolving around that golden ratio zone. At least that's how I identify it, right? So whenever you break above the 2618, you gain access to the third target area, which would be the 3886 to the 3618, maybe even the 3786 at times, right? So that area there, okay, being that you topped off not just at the 2272, but very close to the 2618, I doubt when you move up here, you're going to stop right at this 2618 here. So all that to be said, with all the squiggly lines on there and all, I doubt that you just stop right there. You probably continue onwards. I think based on that, your next target would at least be 28 cents technically. But if you stopped there, what's that, right? From the current price, I mean, that's 90. That's almost average. It's a little bit below average even. I don't see this thing doing that. Not with the posturing you have now. So that's my prediction. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. I feel convinced enough that 40 cents is coming. As far as the timing goes, I don't know. Right, this thing likes to move fast. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks this time. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks this time. Well, you're in the first week now. 3 weeks from now, maybe. What would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. That'd put us January 20th. So Trump gets inaugurated, you're at 40 cents. I don't know. Or maybe it takes longer. Maybe it takes less time. I don't know. But that's kind of the expectation. Who knows? Maybe on the 20th you are all the way up at 40 cents. Okay. And then you consolidate, and then by the beginning of February you're moving up again. You know, maybe it's not as long of a consolidation phase as this. I don't know. But yeah, definitely interesting prospects for Brett. 14.7 cents now. 40 cent to 45 cent target, really, if I had to refine it. Looking at the daily time frame again, I like the RSI. I like where you're at here. Getting above the 50. Higher relative highs, yes. Breaking out of your downtrend, all good things, all good things. Let me give you some prices to look for. That way you know it's on, and then we'll just wrap up the video. Okay, so from a high to a low, you're above the 382 now. When you get above 18 cents on a daily closing basis, when you close any given day above 18 cents, that's how you know, very likely with a strong degree of certainty, that you're not going lower than these prices, okay? And at that point too, closing above 18 cents is when you can start to get excited about these targets here and beyond, right? That's when you can start to get excited, right? But when you break above the 886, when you break above 21.6 cents on a daily closing basis, that's when it's time to get excited. That's when it's like that week you're going to be at 30 cents or more, right? 40 cents. It's going to be in a very short amount of time. You're going to make the majority of that move or yeah, in percentage form, you're going to make the majority of that move happen in a very short amount of time once you break above the 886. So 21.6 cents, an area to watch for knowing that it's on, probably like 21.63 really. And then 18 cents to get excited about the next phase, right? Until you close above 18 cents, it's very possible you could return to prices down at 12 cents. You're at 14.8 cents right now. You could return back to 12 cents. You could go lower. It's possible. I don't think you're going to. I do believe you're going to move higher, but let's be real. We don't know yet if this low is in. We don't. It looks very convincing like it is, but you don't know yet. That's why getting above 18 cents is good, because not only that, whenever you solidify that you have a low, then that's when you can really, like, with ease, focus on these higher targets. So I hope that all makes sense. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.